Hi, I'm Samantha McDouglas from thebridgeteachers.com. Come look over my shoulder at a defense problem. First thing we're going to do is take a look at the auction. On every hand, you want to take a moment and think about the information that's available there before you move into the next phase. Our left-hand opponent passed, our partner passed, our right-hand opponent opened with 3 or more clubs and an opening hand or better. They might be a little bit light in third seat, but we're going to go ahead and say it's an opening hand or better. Our hand passed. I want you to think about what our hand could have done, and we'll get back to that. Our left-hand opponent bid 1 heart, showing 4 or more hearts and 6 or more points. Our partner passed. Our right-hand opponent bid 1 spade, saying they didn't have 4 hearts, but they did have 4 spades. We passed, and our left-hand opponent bid 2 spades, saying, hey, we have an 8-card spade fit, but I only have 6 to 9 points. Our partner passed, and our right-hand opponent passed, saying that the partnership does not have enough for game. On that very first round of bidding, after 1 club, what could the person who held our hand have bid? They could have made a takeout double. But this is a real-life example, and they didn't do that. So let's move into the play. The person who held our hand led the Queen of Diamonds. Now, take a moment, look at dummy. If you need to, pause the video. The focus on this hand is going to be the spade suit. I want you to keep track of the spades. So we're going to play a couple of tricks, and then I'm going to ask you what you would do. And one of the key elements there is knowing what's going on in spades. So our declarer played low. Our partner played the 9. This partnership plays high as an encouraging signal. So the 9 says the partner likes it. And our right-hand opponent won the trick. They now led a spade. We played the 8. They won the ace. Our partner played the 4. Now they led a heart. Our partner played the 5. They won the ace. And we played the 2. Now they led the 4 of diamonds. We played the 10. They played the 7 from dummy. And our partner won the king. The partner now led the 9 of spades. Declarer played low. We played the jack. And they won the king. Now they led the 4 of hearts. Our partner played the 8. They trumped, and we followed suit. Now declarer led a low club. So my first question for you here is, which club should you play? You should play the jack. We can see that in dummy is the 8 and the 7, which is the highest card the declarer can play on this trick because they've already led the 2. So we know that the jack will win the trick if we play the jack. There would be no reason to play the ace unless we were trying to unblock the suit. Since this is probably declarer's suit and they're trying to set it up, we have no need to unblock the suit. And playing the ace potentially could cost us a trick. So we should definitely play the jack. But again, this is a hand that happened in real life. And the person who held this hand played the ace. Mistakes are going to happen. It's what you do after the mistake and how you handle it that's important. This mistake actually wasn't costly, so we're not going to worry about it. But here is the moment. Here is the very important moment where we have to know exactly what's going on in spades to inform our decision about what we're going to do next. So, how many spades are in the hidden hands, the hands we can't see? There is 1 spade left. Where would you say it is? It is almost certainly in the east hand. There would have been no reason for east to suggest spades as a possible trump suit unless they had 4, so I would assume that they started with at least 4, which means that they have the remaining spade. Is that spade higher or lower than our spade? It's lower. Bonus points to you if you knew it was the 10 of spades. That's great. But the important piece of information is it higher or lower than what you have? And in this case, it is lower. What should we lead on the next trick? We should lead the Queen of Spades. It's fun to trump, and we absolutely could try and arrange a situation where we can trump with the Queen, but it's a much better use of our card to lead it. We're going to get a trick no matter what we do with the Queen of Spades because it's the high trump. It's always going to take a trick. So if we lead it now, we're going to take a trick. And if we trump later, we're going to take a trick. And if it's the last card, we're going to take a trick. So the real question becomes then, since we're always getting a trick with it, what is the best use of it? Can we use it to stop the opponent from running a suit? Can we cause transportation problems? Or can we take their trump away from them? If we trump with the Queen of Spades, we aren't taking trump away from the opponents. We're just taking a trick that we're always going to take. But if we lead the Queen of Spades, we're taking 2 trump away from the opponents. On this hand, this decision, this moment, is the difference between setting the hand and not setting the hand. Let's look at it. Declarer has the 7, the 6, and the 10 of spades. If we lead the Queen of Spades, we are going to take 2 of these cards away from them. Now all they have is the 7 of spades. So the most immediate benefit to this is that the opponent is now in danger of running out of trump because they only have 1 trump left, and we can actually force them to trump on this trick. They won't have any more trump. But of greater importance is the fact that we have now guaranteed that the 6 and the 10 won't take a trick. Let's go back. So part of the problem here is that if we don't cash the Queen of Spades, we can't lead a diamond because it would be a ruff and a slough, which would be advantageous to declare. But the real problem here and the real cost for not leading the Queen of Spades is that if we don't lead the Queen of Spades, the odds that declare are going to take a trick with the 7, the 6, and the 10 are now very high. Because we probably won't get a second chance to lead this card. And what that means is declarer can lose a club, trump a heart, trump a club, and make the hand. Even if we come to our senses, overtake the heart, and then lead the Queen of Spades later, they probably still will have taken at least 2 spade tricks, and by overtaking the King of Hearts with the Queen, we will have made all of declarer's hearts good. Our best option, and the way to set this hand, is to lead the Queen of Spades, taking the 6 and the 10 away from declarer, so that they never get a trick with those cards. Now, when we lead the Jack of Diamonds, declarer is in an awful position. If they trump, they're going to take 1 trick with that 7 of spades, and all the rest of the cards in partner's hand are good. It's not going to do them any good to not trump, so they'll go ahead and trump, and then our partner's hand will be good. No matter what declarer does, partner should be taking the rest of the tricks. If declarer leads a heart, partner can win the queen and cash the remaining 3 tricks. Same thing if declarer leads a club, partner can win the king and cash the other 3 tricks. So in this scenario, declarer is getting 1 more trick with the 7 of spades and going down 2. When you have the high trump and your partner is out of trump, the best thing that you can do with this trump usually is lead it. This takes away 2 of the opponent's trumps and puts you in a much stronger position. Thank you. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to like and subscribe.